Hello, I'm David Hackoff. I'm the executive director of NewFest, and I am so thrilled to welcome you to this exclusive conversation with the cast and creator of Young Royals on Netflix. We are so excited to be doing this conversation. There are a lot of super fans of Young Royals. I have to admit, I am one of them. I absolutely love this show. I fell in love with it last year. I told everyone I know to watch it. I think that the writing and the acting is so wonderful, and it's just a really beautiful series. And I can't wait for season 2, and I'm sure you can't either. And so we are so excited to have, as I said, the cast and the creator here. And to moderate today's conversation, we have MTV correspondent and cultural commentator Ryan Mitchell. Take it away, Ryan.
Thank you so much, David. Thank you so much to NewFest and Netflix. I am beyond excited to be here. Let me just say this, Young Royals has quickly become a new fave. So I'm just very honored to get the pleasure of chatting with such an incredible panel of talent. Let's just jump right in because I know all of you, like myself, cannot wait much longer. So first up is the incredible creator and writer, Lisa ambiёrn. What's up? Next up is, of course, our Prince Willem, played by Edwin Reading.
Hello.
Oh my God, how cute. What is happening? And last but certainly not least, playing Simone is Omar Rudberg.
Hey.
Hi, how is everyone feeling? This is such a moment to have you all sitting here for NewFest. Let's get some initial feelings out there. How are we feeling?
Nervous.
Yeah,
happy but nervous. Yeah.
It's good description. Yeah, happy but nervous. I'm also like being watched by my mother here, the queen. She's right here. So everything's under control.
I mean, one thing about her, from what I've learned from the show, she is watching your every move.
Yes, she is.
Before we dish all
Love
about
you, Mom.
But before we dish all about season 1 and of course season 2, actually I want to start with Lisa. As the creator and writer on this show, can you talk about the moment you knew Edwin and Omar were your Willem and Simone?
Oh wow. Yeah. I mean, it was a pretty straightforward when they did their first camera test together. It was really hard. Like we did a very wide search in the casting, and there was so many different like capabilities we needed in these characters. I mean, with like Simon being a singer, and the prince obviously having to have this very like sensitiveness, but still this like able to go into this like role that he has been given. And Roshta, who with the casting director, when they set out to find them, it was a big puzzle because the most important part were obviously what they were going to be like together. And we did a casting session with Edwin and Omar, which was just like you could tell like 10 seconds in, you were like, yes, yeah, like this is it. And then we actually went out to Kaggeholm, which is our like location, and did a screen test with them where Omar was playing the piano and Edwin was walking up to him, and they just improvised, and it was beautiful. Like everyone was like crying when they saw it, and we were like, that's them, like that's Simon and Edwin.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That camera test, it was like during late summer too, in that like magical place. It felt very like Call Me by Your Name-ish. I loved it. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so that leads me to Omar and Edwin. Like, I guess what made you both say yes to this project? Was it that similar feeling that Lisa's talking about? What made you say yes, Omar?
Well, so when I first heard about the project and what it was going to like be about, I directly just fell in love with the whole thing, with the prince and this little kid going to the school and this like forbidden romance. I just love that kind of stuff. So I was just like, I'm down. And then I got to read the script, and then I was like, wait, not only that, but I'm also like gonna sing and like do all of this different stuff. I was just like, no, I'm gonna get this role or I'm gonna die. That's how I.
You also wanted to play Wilhelm first.
Oh
Do you
yeah,
remember that?
yeah. I was like, I'm gonna be the prince. When I met Edwin, I was like, he's gonna be the prince, and I'm.
Oh my God, Edvin, when did you find that news out that he wanted to be the prince? And like, also what made you say yes?
I found out about him wanting to play the prince much, much later. You know, he didn't reveal that at first. No, because I mean, our first audition together, it was very nice. And it felt like we clicked instantly because we had like no time to get to know each other privately. We just instantly got to know each other as Simon and Willem. So that was really beautiful. And I feel like we clicked instantly. I remember getting the question from the director, like, what do you feel about, like, we've tried some different Simons, what do you feel? And I remember I was pretty sure that Omar was going to play Simon. But I mean, I was very attracted to this project like after my first casting, I think, because I only got maybe half a scene or something to do my first audition. But I felt privately like Edvin clicked with Wilhelm as well, which is really, really beautiful. And when I got to meet Rojda, the director, she was incredible, and I felt like I have to work with her now. And you know, I fell in love with the people, I think, and the story as a whole, as it like continued to grow like over time, it just got better and better.
It most definitely did, and it's so beautiful to watch how this story progressed. And Edvin, I mean, you've been acting since you were a little boy. So what does it feel like to be in such a big hit at this stage in your career? Is it, I'm assuming, surreal?
Yeah, of course. It's very, very surreal. And although we're very proud of what we've done, I don't think any of us like expected this to happen. It feels nice to like, of course, I'm super, super happy that the show's successful like internationally and that we can reach a crowd, because I think it's a very important story. But for me as a person, it's also pretty terrifying. You know, what if I peak now and all that? But I don't think so.
Trust me. You have so much more to do. And even Omar, I'm like, you spoke a little bit about this, like how Simon sings on the show, and you yourself, I mean, it's crazy. I heard your voice on the show, and then I went and stalked you all over social media and found out that you were actually an incredible artist. And I was like, what? So what does this mean for you? Did you enjoy those musical elements of this show?
Yes, I mean 100%. I not only that, I really clicked with the character. I could relate to Simon like directly when I started reading the script and all of that. I felt a connection with my character Simon, and then I also get to do the other part, which is like the music, singing, you know, singing in harmony with like a choir. And I've never like sang in a choir before. Like me personally, I've never done that. So it was also like I got to learn how to actually like, I'm a pop singer and a little, you know, urban R&B kind of singer.
Yeah.
But I get to like translate that,
right.
like
Okay.
I get to translate that into like a whole different like thing. It was like a choir, so it was just magical to me to be a part of that and do all of that. Yeah, sure.
And I think this is for everyone, because I want to look at this next question from obviously a writer perspective and the actor perspective, because season 1 was not only full of passion and suspense, but I think it tells such a pretty relatable queer coming of age story and figuring out identity. You know, did you all feel any pressures with making sure that these characters connected to audiences, right? Lisa, from your perspective, was that a part of your process of being like, these have to feel authentic?
Oh, 100%. And I think that both has to do with the team around, like behind the camera as well, that you have those experiences within your team, and that you're like, the good thing about a script is that everyone reads it in the film crew. So you are constantly getting feedback on anything you put out. And it's also a process. Like, I think the first scripts Edwin and Omar saw was like maybe the second version of the scripts, and then you like maybe write like 6 or 7 versions. So you are constantly adding in the value of the team and like, yeah, different experiences. And so that's one part of it. And then obviously also to have, I mean, obviously they're both absolutely gorgeous. All our cast is gorgeous, but they also look like people. Like they, you know, they are people you kind of gone to school with or who could be your neighbors. And I think that was really important to not make it too glossy. Just because we're in an upper class world doesn't mean we have to, you know, kind of make it seem like extreme or there being 30-year-old actors playing 16-year-olds.